We've gathered today some of the brightest minds in the redistricting reform movement, and many of you on very short notice, so thank you all for being here. Today we're going to hear from campaigners who succeeded this year. We're going to hear from academics, from data geniuses, from commissioners who've actually drawn lines, and we're even going to hear from a jewelry designer. On November 9, 2016, a lot of people were pessimistic. A lot of people were overreacting, and a lot of people were spinning their wheels. Governor Schwarzenegger isn't much of a pessimist. He's not a wheel spinner, and as any of us who have ever heard him say, relax, know very well, he's not an overreactor. We sat down to make a plan. In a time with so much noise, the governor wanted us to laser focus. He wanted his institute to send a clear signal that could penetrate the noise, the tweets, and all of the yelling. It was the right strategy. And I also believe that he was uniquely positioned to understand our current moment. In 2003, he was an outsider, helped into office by a very angry electorate. Republicans and Democrats didn't talk to each other, gridlock was the norm, and we were in the middle of a nasty budget crisis. It all sounds really familiar right now. He gave the people hope that they could shake up the system, that they could do better. And when he became obsessed with gerrymandering early on in his governorship, Californians found out just how much he planned to shake up the system once they found a dictionary and Googled it. Both parties were opposed to him. Some of the loudest voices who support reform today were opposed to him. And in 2005, his first effort at reform went down in flames. But in 2008, he was back, like he always is, with a coalition of good government groups, and Californians passed Proposition 11. Why was he so passionate about an issue that other elected officials weren't talking about at the time? I've heard people say that as an outsider, he wasn't beholden to the system, that he brought fresh eyes, that maybe he was just naive enough to try it. But I think that he realized the answer to an angry electorate wasn't more anger. When you're elected by a voter rebellion, you can take two paths. You can choose anger, laying blame and pointing fingers, making the people feel powerless and telling them that you're the only one who can solve their problems. Or you can choose to empower the voters, to offer hope and solutions. Reform returns power to the people. It gives them agency to replace their anger. Governor Schwarzenegger's commitment to reform since he left office led to great work here at the Institute. It led to a wild ride where he left Budapest after filming Terminator, landed in the middle of the night, and did a full day of campaigning through Michigan and Colorado. And it led to meeting other great reformers like all of you gathered here today. So thank you, Governor, for choosing the path of empowering voters. I'm proud to introduce you today so that you can come up here and pump us all up and launch the Fair Maps Incubator.